My question is, do success and bad experiences come from experiences? Many believe that both good and bad experiences lead to depression. So success is not certain. People get depressed thinking they didn't succeed, that they may need to change fields or face financial loss leading to EMI burdens. Things often get tough. So what should one do in such a case? How to turn this bad experience into a good one, change thoughts and move forward? First, Tata, stop asking questions unnecessarily. You believe that you are the most intelligent, but that is not true. Your question is, if I say success comes from experience and experience comes from bad experiences, then why do some have so many bad experiences in life that they fall into depression and can't rise above it? Now say this again. You won't understand what he says, or you won't understand my context, you won't understand my standpoint to know which standpoint makes sense for this statement. This statement only means how much you have changed yourself in this seminar. That is the seminar that is of 2 hours. What, didn't you see that? He is like a blue whale when he gets angry.
He is a wise man.
To this, the first man responded, that seminar is in this very Guinness Book World Record and is the most viewed educational video of today, and you are still not watching it. Meeting you is nothing less than a relief. Anyhow. Then the other man said, what you said earlier, you were telling your story in the last part. See, I figured this out, but I need to confirm it again and again. Also, how can someone who feels like a failure to his peers can win a prize? Indicating the person might still make some mistakes. But at the next moment, while crossing my thoughts kept echoing. Not a single failure was so big that made me worry from the beginning. But in financial terms, a failure made me realize my dad was right. That nothing good would come from pawning our property. I never considered following my father's advice, and because of that, we suffered a lot of losses. At no step did I raise doubts. Honestly, it must be observed without hindrance and echoing every step. So when you hear these things, you will understand why I say take small steps rather than big leaps. So, do you agree that risk is a part and parcel of life? So, failure is risky, but it also teaches us a big lesson. We say it's unsafe to take this step, but it's also true that without taking risks, you can't make any progress. For example, a child who is learning to walk slowly, wobbling, falling, and getting back up, they are still at risk, right? But how did the fans know about his secret marriage? These two men are discussing something, but they are not getting it sorted out. So they are fighting and arguing. Despite so much efforts, they are not able to reach a decision. Finally, one of them says, guys, let's call the police. Maybe they can be of some help. At that moment, they notice a nearby woman who boldly makes a declaration that she can guide the discussion and help them reach an agreement. They stop arguing and listen to her. And if you take a huge risk behind the bike and keep riding the bike ahead until it stands still, it's not possible to experience this. Let it experience the risk of riding the bike. Ride steps till the time it reaches the confidence. Then take it to a higher level yourself. If you don't swim suddenly, first gather water from the pool and then jump in. Keep your balance on each side and remain calm. This way you will be able to swim smoothly. When the water stops swirling, you know you've achieved it. So, if you are learning to swim slowly, there is no risk. Everything is easy. Then
success comes from experience, and experience comes from bad experiences. If you try to avoid failure, you say, you won't experience the essence of the journey. So try and fail, but keep moving, and that will make you successful. Here's my conclusion. And you said everything is easy and that will get going soon. Is it easy to say but not to act on? It's bound to slip through our hands. They are excited for projects, not planning for their future, eagerly taking big steps. When a big step is taken, the risk also gets bigger. then you become aware that your sense of victory can't be limited. So in life natin pa sa pasiti the priority sa papa sa be so PC sa ko sa panasi, you'll take small steps forward and sometimes big ones. Before you know it, you'll start realizing that my capacity is well both big and small. And this way you'll balance the risk. Like just a person, it doesn't matter if you take a big risk or say in life that you're going huge, just watch and keep achieving. It is very important that no one listens to my words under duress. Whether it is about greed overcoming us, dilemmas within my family, or different examples and how they relate to real life, they are all aspects of how we cope and act upon them. Whether it is dealing with children, handling different situations, or managing financial problems at home, it is always there. Every second house has a similar problem in the present situation. This will happen at your house too. You won't solve the problem by repeatedly thinking about it. Once you see your solution, it'll be clear that if you do this, then you will solve the financial problem created in 20 years within 2 months. And at that point, who knew they'd be so great to you? Suppose that whatever you did was right, was such taking the blame on your head, smiling about it, and also telling them that it will take some time. However, even after all this, you keep thinking about what to do to counter those accusations.
We're doing dubbing.
So first it was a financial problem, and now there's an even bigger problem, another step forward, and you said your house was there. He keeps convincing himself and others to stay strong, but is now forced to leave home. The second way isn't guaranteed to work, right? With third-party intervention, the risk seems to be reducing, the failure rate is decreasing, its sociological problem is also being solved, and financially it is becoming stable. Now, what kind of experience is this? Whose work is it not? Clearly not what I was expecting, right? The problem you had, you got its solution, its answer, clear-cut. One time you'll tell me...
If you do go for a high risk, take it with caution. Make sure your capacity can handle it step by step. That way, you'll be able to scale effectively and avoid too many big risks at once.
Suppose that starting up the engine, heating up the iron, and heating up the electric stove takes so much time that the light cannot even be turned on immediately.